What's going on, guys? Orm's Forum coming at you guys today again with another video, and today I'm going to be rounding off my grading the Lions roster by depth and position video with the offensive line. I'm going to be saving the best for last, and it's the offensive line. But before I start, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, get all my videos, and don't forget to like and comment. It's all about the likes and the comments, negative or positive. I will get back to you. Now let's start off with this O-line, man. This is a really good O-line, guys. This is, like I said, best for last. I'm going to start off with the left tackle. This is what I think is going to be the projected starters. Left tackle, Taylor Decker, probably a top 10 left tackle, very underrated. Not really too much talked about left tackle in the NFL today. I think he's a really solid left tackle for this team. Left guard, Jonah Jackson, came in last year as a rookie. Immediately won a job, third-round pick out of Ohio State, and just is locking it down. Center, Frank Ragnow, easily a top 2, top 3 center in the NFL today. Got awarded with a big contract because of that. He is a centerpiece for this Lions offensive line. And then right guard, this is where we kind of get maybe a little bit sketchy. Right guard, Halaputi Vaitai. Big V, as we call him, the big acquisition that we acquired last year out of Philadelphia. Bob Quinn and the old regime gave a bunch of money to become our right tackle. A little bit of a turnstile there. Production wasn't very good. Injuries took place with him. It just didn't pan out too well, actually. And then right tackle, we drafted probably the best O-lineman in the draft. 100% by far, or out of Oregon, the Oregon Duck, Penei Sewell, a left tackle that we're gonna place him at right tackle this year as a rookie, and I think he's gonna fit right in. Even though there has been reports out of him coming from him that it's taking him time to adjust and that he's struggling a bit, and it does happen. We'll get back to that in a bit. Now, those are your starters who I think will be the starters. Is pretty cut and dry, I think, right there. I think there could be some different options coming out, especially at that right guard spot, and we'll talk about that. But as your backups, left tackle, Tyrol Crosby, I think one of the best swing tackles in the NFL. He's a solid guy. He's going to be looking for probably some big money next year. There's been rumblings of him actually being traded out of Detroit. I don't think Brad Holmes and company are going to do that right now because he is one of the better left tackles, right tackles, whatever, offensive tackles we can call him. He doesn't really have a set position in the NFL and for our Lions roster. So he's a pretty valuable piece. And they got Matt Nelson, another left tackle backup, a guy that played defensive end out of in Iowa and in college, and he came in last year. Came in a few games, actually played well, especially against, most notably against Khalil Mack from the Chicago Bears. Shut him down pretty solidly. It was a nice effort by Matt Nelson. Struggled a bit, but he is adjusting. Another guy that's adjusting. And then the Big Dan Skipper, 6'9", 6'10". He's just a massive human being. Kind of rounds off that left tackle reserve right there. And then you got your left guards, Logan Stemberg, a guy that was drafted last year out of Kentucky in the 4th round, big nasty, they like to call him. Didn't get much playing time last year. I don't think he even showed up in a game, to tell you the truth. Didn't get in there at all, but he needs to maybe make a step up this year. And then we have Tommy Kramer at that left guard spot, another guy that came in this year, 2021, out of Notre Dame. As an undrafted free agent who was a three or 4 year starter at Notre Dame and could be pushing a few guys here. We'll get back to Tommy in a bit. And then the center, we got a couple young guys. Evan Brown, been in the league for a couple years now. And then Drake Jackson, another undrafted free agent out of Kentucky, I believe he went to, who could be pushing Evan Brown. That might be a nice little camp battle right there that people should keep an eye on for that backup center spot. And then right guard, Logan Stemberg again. And then another guy, Evan Hine, another undrafted free agent guy that they brought in, played at Minnesota State. Hasn't played football in a couple years though. Hasn't played football in a couple years. I believe he opted out last year, so he's going to be itching. I think the whole conference, and I forget what conference he played. He played at Minnesota State, but I think that whole conference was kind of a train wreck with the COVID. They didn't get much football going on over there, Evenheim. So he's been chomping at the bit to get into some pads and to start hitting some people. So he could be a guy to look out for too. He's versatile as well. Evenheim. He's played some offensive tackle as well. Then right tackle, Tyrol, Crosby again, Matt Nelson, and then Dan Skipper. The left tackle and right tackle reserves are pretty much the same three guys: Crosby, Nelson, and Skipper. As well as a right tackle, Crosby, Nelson, Skipper. Just the same three guys, maybe with Evenheim kind of lingering around there. Then they also brought in offensive tackle Darren Paulo, who's got some versatility too, especially when he played at Utah. He played some left tackle and right tackle as well. Undrafted guy picked up a few years ago by the Saints, played for the Broncos. Didn't get any real playing time for the Saints, I don't think. I think he might have played a little bit for the Broncos, but nothing to write home about. And now he's a Detroit Lion, and he's just another versatile offensive tackle that they can just kind of look at in camp. Now, saying all that, guys, the one spot that I'm really concerned about is the right guard spot. It is actually the right guard spot. I don't know what's going to be going on with Big V, Vaitai, Halapunti Vaitai. I don't know if I'm even saying his name right, but he's the one guy that concerns me. Like I said, he's had the injuries, he's had not producing at a high level as a starter. He's a guy that's kind of, I think, on the bubble. I think he might be on the bubble. And the good thing about this right guard spot is I think they brought in some really nice guys. I think Logan Stemberg, it's time for him to take a step up. He was a draftee last year. He drafted in the 4th round. Time for him to step up. And this Evenheim kid might be something. And then Tommy Kramer is the one I really, really like too as well. The kid out of Notre Dame. I think he'll definitely make the team, and he could be pushing Vaitai for a spot. Just all depends on how Vaitai holds up with his injuries, man. He's had some pretty significant injuries in the lower region of his body. So, and I personally think that the man needs to lose a little bit of weight. I think he's got too much weight going on for his legs, and I think he needs just to get a little more less top heavy. You know what I mean? Not ripping on the guy at all. Just it might help his legs, you know what I mean? So he'd be a guy that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on during camp, is Big V. And the right tackle spot, like I said, I just made a video about this, does not concern me about him struggling a little bit at right tackle. It's a common theme. It's not new. It's not brand new. It's not an SOL thing. And like I said in my other video, multiple teams, multiple players have gone through it, and multiple teams and multiple players have succeeded at it. Now, does everybody succeed at it? No. I'm sure there is some players that have not succeeded at it, but there's a nice list of players that have succeeded at it, and I don't think it's a main concern. I think the main concern is right guard. I think Sewell's going to be here to stay. He's not going anywhere. If people want to freak out. If people want to cry about it and worry about it, that's on you. Do that. Whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you feel better. I'm just trying to look at this in a positive light on how other franchises, how other organizations have succeeded in switching over offensive linemen. It's not like he's switching over from offense to defense. You know what I mean? He's not going to a completely different position. It's all muscle memory from here on out with this switch. Left tackle to right tackle, right tackle to left tackle. It's all muscle memory. It's all timing. It's all different hand punches instead, like I said before. It's all different feet movements. It's all muscle memory. You just have to get used to it. It's just something he's going to have to get used to. And if you're an elite athlete, like Sewell is supposed to be, okay, and if you're an elite offensive lineman, like he's supposed to be, he should have no problems adjusting to this. You know what I mean? I am not guaranteeing that this happens. I think he just becomes the best right tackle in football. There's probably going to be a little bit of struggle. He's obviously not complained, but he's obviously voiced his concern a little bit about it. So it's a real thing. Now we got to think one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL today on Hank Fraley. I think he's a great mentor. I think he was a good football player back in the day, and he's a good O-line coach. He had this O-line coach, he had this O-line last year, believe it or not, at 13th overall last year with a right side that was absolutely pathetic. That was just a terrible, terrible right side in the NFL. All our problems came from the right side, all of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the left, didn't have their best days, but they were the best group there. Like the left side with Taylor Decker and Jonah Jackson, there wasn't any problems really, man. You know what I mean? And Jonah Jackson's only going to get better. And you're not moving Penei Sewell over to left tackle or vice versa. You're just not doing it right now. There's no rush. There's no need to do it. If Taylor Decker was terrible, I could see it. I could see if he was a terrible left tackle, then I could see it. But he's not. He's one of the better left tackles in the league, and it's going to be okay. And no, I don't have my crystal ball. No, I don't have a crystal ball. But it's just my opinion. But I think we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine there. The only spot that concerns me is this right guard spot. That's really all that really concerns me. And there's not a team in the NFL that would not want to have this problem right now that the Detroit Lions have. And it's not even a problem. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of teams that can go into the NFL right now and say, oh, we just have one spot that we're just a little bit unsure of, and it's right guard. You know what I mean? The right tackle spot, I think, personally, is going to work out. There's not a lot of teams in the NFL that can just say, man, I'm comfortable with everybody else except maybe that right guard spot. And we have that luxury of saying that. It's the one spot on this football team that doesn't really have an issue. You know what I mean? It's the best position on our team, and if I'm going to give this position a grade, I'm giving it an A+. It's an A+ for me. You just can't go wrong right now with what we have going on in Detroit, and I think it's going to be one of the best O-lines in the NFL. Like I said, 13th last year. I think it's a guaranteed top 10. That's my prediction. I think there'll be a guaranteed top 10. I'm talking like 6th, 7th, 8th, around there, and with a potential to be top 5. It could be a potential top 5 O-line if everything works out accordingly. And I think it could be. I just don't think it will be top 5 this year, maybe in the next year or so. But I think for sure guaranteed inside the top 10, 6, 7, 8, right around there. Now that's it, guys. Thanks for the video. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about the O-line, man, but the big uglies, the big nasties, they need their day in the sun too as well. So thanks for the video, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like and comment. It's all about the likes and comments. Come back to you, positive or negative. Let's go Lions. Boom.